that. I mean it. Y'all don't realize this is why lawyers and business people make good money, because it is a, hold on, put my camera. It is a lot of mental work, and mental work is a lot, especially when you're studying. So one of the things I had to do was reach out to my professors to say, one, I have been out of school for a couple of years, and I underestimated how much time it would take, because sometimes one credit class, you're like, oh, it's easy. Summertime, it moves very fast, and it goes like that. So nobody's perfect. I certainly am not. Surprise, surprise. But I'm grateful that I've always got to watch your back, situational awareness. I'm very grateful that I was able to get a lot of stuff done. I got to email some more of my professors and see if they'll take some of my work leave. It's not the intention, but accountability is everything. So knowing that having a quiet place to study, having access to good food, clean food, healthy food, plenty of water, minimize the caffeine. I start drinking decaf and waiting on the bus in the evening. And these are factors that make a child, a teenager, or even an adult able to learn and thrive and focus. So yes, there's a heat advisory going on. That's why I try to get to where I'm going early in the morning, and I don't try to do any movement until around now, 8 something, where the sun has gone down and it's much cooler. So keep this in mind, all you educators and people that work in education, because a lot of times, I always said this, if someone doesn't have good food, if they don't have a quiet place for them to study that's free from distractions, and even yes, I had to not be on YouTube and not checking emails as much and handling life. Yes, life be life. So keep that in mind, and I developed a plan, get myself back on the schedule, because schedules are needed and necessary. So I put on my calendar the days that assignments are due, extra time for me to prepare, and then I like to prepare my assignments in advance. So I've been working on a big assignment for my administrative law class. Is not due until July the 14th, and guess what? That's going to come around the corner. So I've been slowly making sure that every day I work on different components of that project. And then of course I'm taking how many credits did I take? Oh my God, 3, 6, 7 credits this semester, the summer semester. Doesn't sound like a lot, but in terms of reading, in terms of knowing the material, I like to take my time and study. So hybrid classes, I got to go back to doing a little bit more face-to-face. It comes in handy, especially when you keep yourself accountable with your classmates and all those things. Watching out for the bus. Y'all have a very blessed day, and remember, there's nothing you can't do. You put God first. But these 3 factors are huge. So when it comes to the school lunches and the school breakfast, and just making sure that it's adequate and nutritious, and then keep in mind that sometimes students don't have a home, and they don't have a home where they can have good food, loving environment, and one that's conducive to them going to school. Quick thing, I remember growing up, many adults who would try to get me involved in stupid stuff. Why are you going to school? I never forget that. Why wouldn't I go to school? What's wrong with you? I ain't gonna be no bum. That's why I've never been a bum. Never. And I refuse to, because that way of thinking means you just sit around all day and hope things gonna come your way, things are handed to you. It don't work like that. And people that say that it do, they lying to y'all. I'm telling you, jail is full of people who had bright ideas given to them by stupid people who knew better. So when you know better, you do better, and you show better, and you increase that knowledge. Sharing is caring. Knowledge. So yeah, we still got people that love to gatekeep, right? Or love to put down the importance of education. Do not listen to them. Please don't. Because education is one of the reasons why, no matter what, I've been able to survive and thrive. Yeah, straight like that. Because even on the job, I want to learn, I want to be better, right? And how you treat people and how you talk to people is why I feel that sometimes people aren't as educated as they try to make themselves to be, because they use big words and cut people down and tell you, can you spell this? Actually, I can't, because I read the whole dictionary growing up and the encyclopedia. Shout out to Britannically, I remember that. I did used to work in the library when I was a little girl. In the card catalog, that's why I read all the books, know all the books, and reading is very, very, very fundamental, especially when it comes to law and business. So, Y'all have a very blessed day. I have more work to do, but I'm taking a small break. I'm gonna go in, take a nice shower, drink a big cup of caffeine-free tea, and that's that. I gotta get this work done. So when you are behind, well, it's on me, you see. That's why I had to cut back on volunteering and doing a lot of stuff for a lot of people. I do what needs to be done, and then it's like, look, I need my me time. So if you have a family member that's in school, help them, support them. Because how else do you think it, I mean, I have the scheduling time to go to the gym. I have the scheduling time to go grocery shopping, time to do my laundry, time to do chores, and guess what? I primarily get it all done. You see that? But school has to be a bigger priority for me. So I have to cut back on a lot of things. And that's why I'm going to be interning and doing honorarium and those type of based projects simply because it's a lot. And working. Keep that in mind. So I thank God that at least with this school, University of Maryland Global Campus, I don't have to travel far. And that's part of the reason why a lot of times I have to drop out of school, because either I have to take care of my family, I have to take care of myself, financial reasons, and so I want to make it so that people who want to better themselves have the ability to do so. And then of course it costs money. So I go to the library, but I need food, right? And so the libraries, I want to challenge y'all to start having cafes, low cost options for people that are already at the gym, already, at the rec center, at the library, kind of sort of like, what is it, that rec center over on Apple Street in Silver Spring? They have a cafe there. So at least I can go to that rec center, just like the YMCA. They got plenty of tables and I can work out and get my work done. So shout out to Wheaton, because I'm coming to that rec center and that library very soon just to see how productive I can be. So unfortunately, couldn't get my workout, but I did a lot of dancing and singing this morning, doing my hair. So FYI, dancing and singing go a long way. And I'm still working on my abs. So have a very blessed day. See y'all.